Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Okay, let us continue our discussion on introduction to algebra. Last time we finished classifying the equations as like linear, quadratic or cubic. We discussed that it is depending upon the degree. Okay, let us continue. Now we will talk about what rules. Some basic rules. We will go through them quickly. Rules for addition. Okay, first we'll do the constant rules. Like if you are adding two terms and the sign of both the terms are positive, like first term is also positive, second term is also positive, your answer will also be positive. This is very common, like we have 2 plus 3. If a term has no sign, it means it is plus. So both are plus, we perform the operation, answer is what? Plus 5. Okay, this is rule number 1. Secondly, we know that if it is one term is positive and one term is negative, then we do what? The operation is we will perform is negative, but the sign will come for what? Bigger value. Sign will come for the big value. For example, you have same question, plus 2 minus 3. Here if you see, the signs are different. There is one is plus, one is minus. So you have to perform what operation? Negative. You have to subtract them, but the sign will come for the bigger value. Bigger value is 3, so our answer is negative 1. Moving forward, if third rule is also the same, like if the first number is negative and the second number is positive, still you will do the subtraction, sign will come for the bigger value. Like if it is minus 3 plus 2, it follows the same rule, the answer will be what? Negative 1. What if the both values are negative? Like you have negative value, second value is also negative. You will perform what? You will perform addition here, but the sign is negative. Like you have minus 2 minus 3. Here both are negative signs, so you do addition, but the sign will be negative. You have negative 5. So you can memorize it like same sign we do addition, different sign we do subtraction. But in addition and subtraction case, sign matters a lot. Okay, sign matters a lot. In case of multiplication, if we talk about multiplication, it is comparatively like easier as compared to addition, because you don't have to take care of the sign that much. Like if the first number is positive, second number is positive, the answer is also positive. Like 2 into 3 is what? Positive 6, because both are positive numbers. If one is positive, the second is negative, then what the answer is? Answer is negative. Like you have 2 into negative 3, it will be what? It will be negative 6, because why? This is positive and this is negative. Same is the first number is negative, second number is positive, again the sign will be negative. Like you have negative 3 into 2, again the answer is what? Negative 6. If both numbers are negative, first is also negative, second is also negative, in this case what will happen? You will do the sign will be plus, because negative negative will become plus. Like you have negative 3 into negative 2, the answer will be what? Positive 6. So this is simple addition and multiplication cases in terms of constants. Like how do we do in constants part? It's important to understand in algebra also, because we need them. Some more I will add here for algebra, like some cases of variables which I have seen mistakes. So let us clear that. If you have addition of two terms, like you have for example 5x plus 4x, the answer will be what? You do in the last lecture we discussed these are like terms. How I know these are like terms? Because the power of the variable is same. Variable is same. When two terms have same variable, we say they are like terms. Now we can add their constants, and to add the constants we use these rules which we studied here. Okay, we follow the same rules. Like here this is plus 5, here it is plus 4, so the answer will be what? 9x. How I did it? I just add the constants, follow the rules. Okay, like if you have for example 5x minus 4x, again you see these are like terms, so you can solve them. And how to solve them? Just perform the operation on the constant. So it will be what? Plus 5 minus 4, so it is x. Following, if you have unlike terms, then you cannot do it. Like you have 5x minus 4x square, then in that case you have different, you cannot add them. Yes, we can do one step in simplification, but we cannot add them. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so we cannot add them. Even if it is multiplication now. For example, okay, one more case, let's say minus 5x minus 4x. Now again, these are like terms. Yes, we can perform the operations, but what will be the constant here? It is negative 5 and it is negative 4. Same sign, you do the addition, 9x, but negative sign will come. Okay, that is the case. Now if we talk about multiplication, multiplication is a bit different here. You have 5x. In this multiplication, like and unlike terms, that factor is not important. Yes, you can multiply a like term with an unlike term. That is okay. Like you can do 5x into 4x. These are two like terms. So here constant is multiplied with the constant, variable is multiplied with the variable. Okay, so 5 into 4, it will be what? It will be 20, because 5 fours are 20. X will also be multiplied with x. It will be what? X square. To make it easy, I always used to say sign will be multiplied with sign. Okay, constant will be multiplied with constant, variable will be multiplied with variable, because it was plus plus, so the answer is plus. If it was like this, minus 5x into 4x, in this case signs will be multiplied also. Negative into positive will be negative. 5 into 4 is what? 20. X into x is what? X square. So answer is minus 20x square. As I mentioned, the concept of like terms and unlike terms do not come in multiplication and division. So you can also do this, like minus 5x into minus 3x square. Here you see, this is x and this is x square. These are different, like variables are different, but in multiplication you can perform the operation. Here negative into negative will become positive. 5 into 3 will become 15, and x into x square will become what? X cube. It is a simple rule of indices. Like if variables are getting multiplied, okay, we just add their power. Like it is 1, 1 and 1, so it becomes x3. When the basis is same, we add the power. This is rule of indices. Like here the basis is same, x into x square, so what will be the answer? X1 plus 2, which is x cube. So we do it like this. This is like some operations which I wanted to discuss, because we do need a clear vision of this when we want to solve complex questions. So next thing is about PIDMAS. What to do if one question has more than one sign? Like if a question, we have seen this trick questions like 5 plus 5 minus 5 multiply by 5. So what's the answer? Like if a question has more than one sign, how we perform the operation? What is the order? Order is BIDMAS. BIDMAS means what? First we solve the bracket. If there is any bracket involved, we solve it. Second, we want to solve indices. Like if there is any indices involved, like square, cube, square root, we solve it. Then the next thing is we do the division part. After division, we do what? Multiplication. Then we do addition. And then I made by typing mistake, subtraction. Like this is the order. You can memorize it with the help of BIDMAS. What is the order? First, you solve the bracket, any type of bracket. Three types of brackets are there: small brackets, curly brackets, long brackets. We solve the brackets first. Then we do indices. Then we do multiplication. Then we do addition. Then we do, we missed division. Division. Then we do multiplication, then addition, and then subtraction. This order we follow in the question. So we can add them. Like for example, this question we want to solve. We have 5 plus 5 times 5 minus 5 or divided by 5. If we have a question like this, so what do we follow? There is no bracket, so bracket step is done. There is no indices, Indices is done. Next we have division. We have a division sign here, 5 divided by 5. So we'll solve this first. It will be what? 5 over 5 is 1. So what we are left? We are left with 5 plus 5 times 5 minus 1, because these two we solved and we got 1. Now what's the next thing we want? We want to solve multiplication. If there is any multiplication, yes, we solve it. It will be 5 into 5. So what we will get? 5 plus 25 minus 1. So we followed the multiplication. Next we see if there is any addition. Yes, there is two addition. Here there is addition. So 5 plus 25 is 26, and then minus 1. So we got the answer 25. This is like the operation. We can solve the questions constants with the help of BIDMAS. Okay, if it is clear, we can move forward and see next thing, which is called very important thing in algebra. It's called changing the subject. How we can change the subject, or what is the meaning of subject. If in the question says that find x, you want to find x, value of x, it means you want to make x your subject. So x should be on the one side of equality and everything should be on the other side of equality. What is that supposed to mean? Like you have a question, let's take a simple one. 2x plus 3 is equals to 5, and what the question says find x. So you see, these are unlike terms, so you cannot add them. So what we do here, we make x the subject. Okay, this is the equality. In the middle it is equality. The left side of the equality is called left hand side, and the right side of the equality is called right hand side. So you have left hand side and we have a right hand side. Okay, we want to make x the subject. So what is the policy, what is the rule? We want to make x on one side of the equality, either the right side or the left hand side. So what we will do, we will isolate him. We will take everything from x and we will shift it to the other side of equality. Like here, this is 2x plus 3 equals to 5. You can read the question in two ways. One method says, it's the same thing by the way, it says that here it is plus 3. We want to finish it, we want to make x alone. So what we do, we shift it to the other side of equality. When we shift it to the other side of equality, sign changes. Positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. Okay, and make it a habit. Always try to, like in simple questions, try to remove addition and subtraction first. So what you will get, 2x is equals to what? 5 minus 3. So you will get what? 2x equals to 2. Now this 2 is extra. Now 2 is getting multiplied with x. When multiplication you want to shift to the other side of the equality, it becomes what? It becomes division. So to finish it, we say x is equals to 2 over 2. So the x value is 1. Now you can check your question. You should check. If x is 1, this equation should satisfy. Replace 1. So 2 into 1 plus 3. What's the answer? It is 5. So our answer is correct. This is very important. How to change the subject. What are the rules? What are the conditions? We want to isolate that thing. Isolate the subject. Whatever subject it is, we want to isolate it. Okay. One method I showed you. This is also taught in this style. Like if I change it, like same question we do, this is also done it like this. 2x plus 3 is equals to 5. Now we want to finish, so we do remove it. Like what we do, we say we add negative 3 on both sides. Like add negative 3 on both sides. Why both sides? Because in mathematics you cannot do anything on your own. If you add something, you have to subtract it. What will be happening here now? 2x plus 3, so negative 3 is equals to 5 negative 3. This 3 will cancel with this 3. So eventually it is the same thing, like 3 is shifted to the other side of equality. So you will get what? 2x equals to 2. Now you want to finish this 2, so we divide 2 on both sides. When we divide 2, this will be divided by 2, this will be divided by 2, to x equals to 1. It is the same thing, but when you can say it like here, it is shifted to the other side of equality, or you finish it by subtracting it on both sides. Okay, so it is just style difference, but the value for both is the same. Let's try 1-2 more questions for practice of changing the subject. Let's say we have a question, m is equals to 3n plus 2p. Now we want to make, for example, here, what is the subject here? The subject of this question is m, because it is giving us the value for m here. Like you have the value of n and p, you will get m here. But what is it saying? That with this equation, we want to find p, like make p the subject. How we can do that? We will isolate p now. We will take everything from p and shift it to the other side of equality. Like what is getting addition here? 3n plus 2p. So okay, we will shift 3n first because it is multiplication, keep it for the end, minus 3n. But then goes on the other side, it becomes minus 3n. And what is left? 2p. Okay, what is the mistake I have seen here in this step? Always keep this thing in mind, that the thing you are shifting to the other side of equality, the thing that you shift on the other side of equality, only change the sign of that thing, not all. Like here, if you notice, we shifted only this 3n on the other side of equality. So the sign will only change for 3n, not for 2p, not for m. Okay, don't do this mistake. This is a very common mistake I've seen in students. So it is 3n. What you do, you change only the sign of 3n, it becomes m minus 3n. Not for p, not for m, not for any other term. Now what? This is 2. We want p. So what we do? We shift this 2 on the other side. So it becomes what? M minus 3n over 2 equals to p. Here if you see, this 2, when it goes on the other side, it will divide with the whole value. It will be dividing by the whole value. Don't write it like this. This is wrong. If you write it like this, m over 2 minus 3n, this is wrong. If you write m minus 3n over 2, this is also wrong, because this is for the whole value. It will be for everything. It is m over 2 minus m minus 3n over 2. Yes, you can split it. You can split the denominator. You can write m over 2 minus 3n over 2 equals to p. This you can do. This is correct. This is when you make p the subject. Same question, if it is like same question and you want to make n the subject, m is equals to 3n plus 2p. Now if we want to make subject n, like we want to find the value of n, so we will isolate n now. So how we can do that? M, now this time we have to shift this term. We shift it, it becomes what? M minus 2p equals to what? 3n. Now 3 is extra, take it on the other side, it is multiplying, so it will divide. So we get m minus 2p over 3 equals to what? Equals to n. This is our answer. You want to split the denominator? You can do. You can split the denominator, but you cannot split the numerator. Like if it is this one, you can split it. Numerator, you cannot do that. We will see in the questions with examples. Let's see more questions. We have, for example, x plus 2y equals to 5. We want to solve, and what is our target? We want to make y the subject. If you want to make y the subject, what you want? You will isolate y on one side. So take everything on the other side. We have what? 2y is equals to 5 minus x. Why? Because this x will go on the other side, the sign will change. It is completely fine. Addition, follow the rule. You can also write 2y is equals to minus x plus 5. Just don't do this mistake. Don't change the sign of 5, only change the sign of x, which you are shifting on the other side. Now this 2 is extra, this 2 is extra. So what we do? Y is equals to 5 minus x over 2. You can also write it as 5 over 2 minus x over 2. Okay. You can have also this type of questions, like you let us do something more little advanced question. We have, for example, 2 into x plus 4 is equals to minus 5 into minus x minus 2. and the answer says find x. The question says, sorry, find x. Good question. We want to find x. So what we do first when it's a question like this and you want to find the value of x, eventually it is making x the subject. So what you do, finish the brackets first, make it simple, finish the brackets, solve the brackets, so multiply it. This 2 is outside, it is for all, so it will be what, 2x, 2 into x is 2x plus 2 4s are 8. Here we have discussed the rules before. It is negative, this is negative, you times it becomes what, positive 5x. Why? Sign will be multiplied with sign, constant with constant, variable with variable. So negative into negative, positive, 5 into 1 5, and this is no coefficient, so x is nothing into x, x 0, so it's x. Here negative will become positive, 5 2s are 10. So we simplified it. Now what we do, x on one side and the others on the other side. So we have 2x, we have 5x. These are the terms which have x. So what we do, we put them on the one side. Like 2x here. This 5x, when comes on this side, sign will change. It becomes minus 5x. Equal to what? This is 10. This was 8. This was positive. We shift to the other side. Why? Because we are isolating x. So we keep other things on the other side. It becomes what? Like terms, we can solve them. Minus 3x. And this is what? This is 2. So this 3 is extra, negative 3 is extra, so we take it on the other side. It becomes what? 2 over negative 3. This is our answer. This negative 3, this negative can be with 2 also, can be with 3 also, it will not make any difference. Okay, so this is our answer in this case. Let's do one more question and then we will finish this topic. We have x over 2 minus 5 equals to 20, and we want to find the value of x here. We want to make x the subject, so we again split it, like we isolate it. First finish the addition subtraction. We have x over 2, so it will be what, 20 plus 5. It will be what, x over 2 equals to 25. Now this is division, when it goes here it will multiply, so the answer is 50. Okay, to check your answer you can put it in the question and verify also. Like x is 50, replace here 50, so 50 over 2 minus 5 equals to what, 20. Okay, so we have 50 over 2 minus 5 equals to 20. So we have division also and we have subtraction also. According to bit maths, you perform division first. So 50 over 2 is what, 25 minus 5, which is equal to what, 20. So our answer is correct. This is a very important article because when you want to solve linear equations, this is basically linear equation solving. You want to solve linear equation, quadratic equations, you should be very much confident with changing the subject part. So if it is clear, then we will move to the next part very soon. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you learned something. Try to practice questions, and more you practice, more you will understand mathematics. Thank you so much.